My name's Garret Minardo. I'm a 29-year-old physician assistant in Indianapolis. So I actually got into being a PA because I was an 18-year-old lifeguard and I knew I wanted to help people, but didn't really believe that I could be the one being kind of frontline doing the hard work. And we actually, as a lifeguard, we had a CPR incident. Somebody, died on us. We did full code, brought him back to life, and it was such a rush. So I immediately pivoted, switched to go into PA school and kind of chase that high. I worked in emergency medicine for 2 years, had a great time with it, but ultimately got burnt out pretty quick. I learned I had anxiety, which made it just very hard for my life to continue with that. So I ended up backing off from emergency medicine. I now work in outpatient liver disease, which is fantastic because I really get to help patients with some very serious issues. A lot of public health overlap as well, which is a big passion of mine. So I really love being able to do that. My friends and family would describe me as a very easygoing, relaxed, loud, social guy. I'm definitely very go with the flow, but I like to mash groups together. I really like to host things, bring people together, and just have a good time. Typically, my intelligence is the thing that gets underestimated when people first know me. I come off very goofy, very carefree, very genuine, but not always the brightest. I'm a little dumb of a personality, I'll fully admit that, but I've got a brain that works up here, and I think sometimes that's the thing that doesn't get noticed as well. Additionally, sometimes people see me, people hear me talk, they don't think that I'm going to have all these nerdy interests as well, super into Survivor, super into gaming, kind of all that stuff. So I think sometimes people don't necessarily click with that being something going on for me. My friends, absolutely, that'd probably be one of the first words they'd use to describe me, but first meeting, people don't tend to know that. I am somebody who likes to hike, I like to camp, but if you ask me to make a fire with a flint and steel and a machete, I've never done that before. I have not had the time to practice that, busy working in healthcare, got a new puppy, an alternate for the season, so kind of that combination, haven't really had time to practice, hoping I can learn it on the fly. We'll see how that goes. Building shelters, never something I've done before, but I think I can do decent with it. I think if somebody directs me, they can put me to work, and I don't think I'll be a slouch with it. Hopefully not having those outdoor skills can help me be less of a threat too. So fingers crossed on that. I really want to get the most authentic experience possible. I want to be struggling with food. I want to be dealing with the elements. I want to be trying to figure all this out. So, the moment I heard about this, I knew I wanted to be a part of it, and thankfully, I've been given the opportunity to try it. So I'm so excited to test myself and see how I can do in this more deprived environment. Especially, as a person who has struggled with anxiety, has struggled with, depression, things like that in his life, and I think I'm in a much better place with a lot of that. I'm really excited to put myself in a more stressful situation to kind of test that a little bit and kind of get more insight about how I am reacting to things and how I've grown and developed as a person. So I'm so pumped for that. My strategy coming into the game is going to be a primarily social player. I always say that people tend to start picking targets when they should be picking allies. I want to try to build my connections, build my alliances from the beginning, and I ideally don't want to be calling the shots early on. I think I'm going to be looked at as a more physical player just by my outward appearance, so I don't want to be also getting that leader marker on my head. I ideally want to come in, find one or two people who I can be absolute lock-in, ride or die with, and I'd like to ride or die until final 5, final 6 range, in which case all bets are off. I'm trying to get to the end with the people I think I can beat. But realistically, my plan is to adapt. I think the best strategy is to come in ready to adapt to whatever the game throws you. Because if you come in with a rock solid plan, immediately the game is going to throw that out of whack. If you come in ready to roll with the punches, ready to ride the waves, I think you're going to be able to make things happen as needed. So I'm excited to see how things go. I'm comfortable playing from the top or from the bottom in the game. I think both have their advantages, and I think it's more fun sometimes to be the underdog trying to struggle to stay in. Obviously, I'd love to have an easy road, but that's not going to happen. I trust that you guys are casting some fantastic people here, so I'm ready to fight for this thing. I think I have the skills to win this. The biggest thing is going to be, will the cards fall? close enough to my favor for me to make him work? And will I be able to not get in my own way with all this survival element, kind of these new factors that I haven't played with? And, I mean, the other factors are the 19, however many other people you're going to have playing this thing. I mean, I can't factor in for how they're going to do this yet. So that's where I want to adapt to how they're playing and really try to finesse that to get myself to the top, or as close to the top as I can. I do have a loud personality. I am an active person who talks a lot. So I know I can get annoying sometimes. I think for the most part, people tend to like me. But if I'm rubbing their tribe the wrong way, that could be an easy way to get me taken out. Hopefully won't be the case, but it's always a possibility, and I don't want to discount that. So if I were voted out first, I think that would probably be the reason. I think it would be that I'm a little loud and maybe getting on a few people's nerves at that point. Final thoughts, really, I'm just so excited to be a part of this. You know, I'm going to be playing for not just me, but also my little puppy here. So this is Bongo. This is Bongo. He's sleeping right now. We just went on a walk. Well, he's half asleep. But it'll be my first time away from him for a week, so that might mess with my mental during the game too. But I'm excited. You know, I'm playing for him. We're building him a fence, so got to get some of that money back, right? So, all right. Well, hope you guys enjoy watching me out there.